Hey legends, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you are watching this. I hope that you're having a good day. We're back in the car once again. I know it's looking pixelated on my end. I hope it looks better on your end. But honestly, I just need to get more in the habit of charging my phone. So this is not an issue. But I didn't want to let that stop me coming and giving you guys the downloads today. I took the last 2 days to recalibrate and yeah, just recalibrate and live life. I went and did aerial for the first time and I literally fell in love. And then I had to address like a tower or just bring a moment of bring a cycle of, what would you call it, like it was definitely a cycle of healing, but then it turned into, almost, it felt like spiritual possession. Not like possession like by a spirit, but like mm, just, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Just a lack of authenticity and honesty about processes. Anyways, I have to deal with my own tower moment, okay? Um, and actively still working through it. But nonetheless, I'm here to share these downloads with you guys. So, we are currently going through Saturn and Mercury retrograde at the same time, which is triggering for a lot of people. Are you guys triggering people with your being? Literally, that's what's coming up. Like, that's what's been coming up for a lot of people. Is, I know it's been coming up for me, a lot of close friends, and a lot of other people in the community, right? Literally just being yourself, triggering other people, you moving in the ways that you know you need to move in order for your highest benefit, but that not necessarily following somebody else's plan. And all of the things are not being communicated in the right ways because Mercury retrograde, right? And then Saturn definitely will rule like leadership. It also rules childhood. So if we're having issues with like power dynamics, it definitely shows like childhood wounding. What's up, guys? Shout out chat. What's up, Avery? Um, yeah, period. Yeah, so definitely triggering like childhood wounds. I want to make sure that I'm staying focused here, and things are not being communicated effectively. But I hope that regardless of that, you guys aren't letting that affect you. I hope that you aren't taking things personally. People aren't necessarily speaking from, well, they're definitely speaking from a place of truth, but they're not speaking from their higher self. They're speaking from wounding, right? Which at the end of the day, you know, the way that I transcend being argumentative with these type of people is I literally just look at the mirror. You know, like, I've been hurt before. I've been upset and grief and pain like that. It's difficult. um so naturally, what do you want to do? You want to project it out to somebody else, even if that's like, just expressing your pain, or just like, I hope that you guys aren't taking this personally. It's not personal. um but spirit is saying, as far as your responses to it, right? Some of you guys might be dealing with the dynamic of, I want to be honest, right? But spirit is asking about not necessarily the intention, because the intention is understood. We understand that your intention isn't bad, but spirit is questioning the benefit and the full, like, the multifaceted outcome. Okay, so what the download was is: honesty without compassion is cruelty. Truth without multifaceted empathy brings demise. And then it broke it down a little bit: chaos, destruction, demolition of kingdoms, or sorry, demolition, the demolition of kingdoms, legacy, and introduction to foreign realities. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna give you guys an example. Um, let's say you found out. I'm trying not to use myself as as an example. Let's say you found out that, I don't know, that somebody was lying about something, like something that you felt like was extremely important. Now, you might feel like it's extremely important because, and usually this is the story, because you've been through this thing, or you have witnessed other people close to you go through this thing, so it feels personal to you. You know, this is like a burning truth, and it feels righteous, and in a way it is a righteous truth. It's righteous for you to hold it, but spirit is letting you know that everything is not to be disclosed by you. That's not to say that things aren't going to be exposed or disclosed, but you aren't necessarily supposed to be the person to disclose everything, especially when the setting surrounding you disclosing this truth is emotional, right? And because it feels personal to you, it might be hard for you to be in a space where it's not emotional. So let's break this down a little bit more. Truth without multifaceted empathy brings demise, and then they broke down demise into chaos, destruction, demolition. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Demolition of kingdoms, legacy, and introduction to foreign reality. So when I channeled this, I was immediately like, I had to sit with the introduction to foreign realities, because spirit is asking you here, even with the multifaceted empathy, you have to think about all of the people that are going to be affected by the truth that you are now bringing forward. It's one thing for your spirit team or your higher self to bring a truth to you, because maybe something was beneficial for you in your path in order for you to move on and be the best that you can on this path that you are leading, right? The legacy that you are leading. However, this truth that you are holding now, that your higher self gave to you or your spirit team gave to you, as righteous as that truth may be, you do have to ask, who is it benefiting? Whose life am I changing with this, and in what ways, right? And most of the time, I'm not even gonna lie, like in this case, this is like a truth that can be harmful or violent. I want to use, I'm not using violent to be dramatic, but spirit is talking about violence to the emotional body, right? So honestly, there might be some children involved. So you have to think about the way that this will rock somebody's reality. And we're not just talking about one person, we're talking about multiple people, right? So this might even be an organization, this might be a family. This is, it's giving like a group though. This is a group, and this is not really like a small group. It's giving like three or more people, at least three people. Okay? So spirit is asking you, as righteous as this truth may be, can you hold space for every single person that is affected by your truth? And holding space for them, I know we just talked about the difference between holding somebody and helping somebody. If you didn't see that video, I encourage you to watch it. I'll drop the link below when I post the replay. But can you hold space? That's not to say, can you be their Jesus Christ and they're your disciples and you're helping them for their entire life. But for the time being that they're processing something that you brought forward, right? Because that was a choice. We have to be honest about certain things, right? Um, can you hold space for every single person that is affected by this truth? And then Spirit said, is the disclosure of this truth righteous, right? Or is it violent? Not the intention. We have to be honest about that. We know that more times than not, the intention is always good, especially with this tribe. Like, this is a tribe of legends. What's up, chat? Is the disclosure of this truth, right? That's the tonnage, that's the timing, that's the environment, right? The astrology that's going on at the time that you disclose this truth. Is the disclosure overall in the multifaceted sense. Is the disclosure of this truth, is it righteous? Is it truly righteous, or is it violent? And again, that's not an intent, but Spirit said, but in contextual reality, right? So when we put everything into context and it actually plays out, how does it look? Does it look righteous? Are people being set free, right? And a lot of times being set free kind of looks like a breakdown at first, but it brings a certain lightness into the atmosphere. Or are you bringing something that is honestly like it's the truth, but it's going to cause people a lot of darkness and a lot of chaos? Is it going to bring forth things from the past that people, and that's not to say that like burying things is okay, but or even necessarily the right thing to do, but are you willing to be Jesus Christ or play God in this situation and call out people for things? Can you hold space for how they choose to respond to you, or in some people's case, react? Saturn is teaching you how to be a leader, because sometimes true power plays are not loud at all. Sometimes they're completely silent. They move in silence. Sometimes they don't move in silence, they just move quiet. They move quiet, coded, and cryptic. They move strategic. Spirit is asking you, how do you want to play? How do you want to play this chess game? Be very strategic about the things, about the truth that you bring forward. Because sometimes certain truths, like actually all the time, all truths, but for some truths it's like it's like unreversible consequences. And that's not to say that like anybody's gonna like die or anything, but you have to live with the way that people are grieving with the things that you brought forward, right? And because you brought them forward, you can't necessarily say that people are too much, or you can't like, because Spirit is saying like that was a choice at the end of the day. So just take a minute, do a sacral chakra meditation. Actually, guys, during my little 2-day hiatus, I was working on a meditation for the pineal gland, right? To awaken the third eye and just bring some clarity to us, because I know that the Saturn and the Mercury retrograde is having people just be triggered because you are just living life. Like I know you guys aren't doing anything. I know you're not doing anything different. You're literally just doing what's best for you. You're literally just moving the way that you need to move in order to handle business and stay in your bag. But that's pissing people off, because you're moving in ways that people don't think that they can. And honestly, the only reason why those people are still in your space is because they're mirroring that to you, so that you can see the ways that you could be moving, but you don't necessarily believe that you can. Y'all better like the video. Y'all better like the video, because now I feel like a preacher. Shout out to both people in the live right now, because she's preaching. She's preaching. Whenever you bring forth the truth, just make sure that you're bringing it forth with compassion, okay? Don't just be spewing out violence in the name of justice, and like, because things are true. Like everything doesn't, and that's not to say that what's in the dark doesn't need to come to the light. But you do need to ask yourself, do you need to be the one that necessarily shines a light on it? That's why we give stuff to our spirit team. Like, that's literally why we command stuff into the light. That's literally why we pray and ask our ancestors and our guides to come in and take over, so that we don't have to get our hands dirty. So spirit is saying, if you're doing all of these petitions and these cord cuttings and the candle work, if you're doing all of this and you're always asking spirit to get involved, you really have to ask yourself, why now? Why now do I want to take this into my own hands? Is it really because the warfare is righteous? Is it really because the truth is so righteous I'm willing to go through the warfare? Or is it low-key a ego trip? And that's okay. It's okay. Listen, don't fight me. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay if it was low-key a ego trip. I'm not laughing at y'all. I'm laughing in Mirror Relations 1921. Okay? 1738. I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. You are me and I am you and I. Okay? But we're here to call each other out so that we can stay on this legendary path, okay? I had to take these 2 days and charge up so that I could be back and back. I love y'all. Y'all still in here with me. I love you guys. All right. I'm about to get out of here. It's getting dark and I already ate. I've been eating really good lately. So I hope that you guys get a chance to eat something really good as well. Eat something sweet. Spirit is also letting me know for somebody, like, you need to eat some sweet potatoes. That's going to be really helpful for you for your diet. I don't know if you were looking for more. Oh, Spirit said it's your sacral chakra. It'll help you with I think I said earlier to do a sacral chakra meditation, but that'll help you with your sacral energy. Okay, so if you are planning on doing the sacral chakra meditation, or just in general, just doing sacral chakra work, or even if you weren't, Spirit is saying, like, eating the sweet potato is going to amplify your sacral energy. Okay, so peace out, guys. I love you. Please like the video. If it resonated, subscribe to the channel because you know you're coming back, because y'all always come back, and because we're legendary. Duh. All right. All right. I love you guys. Also, cut on our post notifications so that you get a reminder little bell notification when we when we go live. All right. Peace, y'all. I'm yapping. See you in the next video.